everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. Today we're going to be unboxing all of the ally and villain packs that go along with the Twin Shadows expansion for Imperial Assault. So this is going to take all the tokens in the game and replace them with actual real-life content, real-life miniatures, and they're going to add to your game not only just for the miniature itself, but also some gameplay elements. So this is really exciting. I'm going to open up these in release order so that we're following the order in which they came out. So the very first one was actually Bubba Fett. Now Bubba Fett was part of the actual front print of a picture of the Twin Shadows expansion, so a lot of people were expecting it to be in the box, but it actually was a miniature sold separately. So what we're going to do is unbox these one by one. I'll try to get through all of them in this video. There's quite a bit. We'll do our best to crack through every one individually. So here we go, starting with Bubba Fett. So you're going to go ahead and get a package just like this. He's very, very cool looking, and hey, it's Bubba Fett. Who doesn't want this as a regular miniature in your game? So let's go ahead and crack this open. Now I'm doing the cutting off the screen in case I end up taking a finger off so that you guys don't have to witness that. And of course, these shell boxes by Fantasy Flight Games are nothing to talk negative about because they're known to injure you as you try to open them. They're very, very, very sturdy and protective. So tear this open really fast, and we've got ourselves the back contents as well as the miniature. So I'm going to tear that open, rip this out, and we've got ourselves Bubba Fett. So before we go into the miniature, let's talk a little bit about actually let's take a look at the miniature to start. So here is Bubba Fett. There he is, and he looks exactly as you'd expect it as a Star Wars miniature. Perfect resemblance and great size and everything, like really nice detail. I'm going to be looking forward to potentially painting these guys, and again, with all this stuff, I really want to potentially, hopefully, be able to paint them. But the miniature is really cool, and then of course you get the regular box with nothing else in it, but you do get, again, the actual backing for the box, as well as a brand new Skirmish mat, as well with the character, so this is pretty cool. I'll open this up and show you guys exactly what you get. So on one side, you're going to get a brand new Skirmish map called Imperial Space Station. Looks like this in terms of layout. Has a weapons console labeled there in the legend. Again, it gives a little bit of a breakdown on Bubba Fett, the infamous bounty hunter that we all know. And then on the other side, in terms of an actual scenario to build into your campaign, Predator and Prey. This is going to add to the actual mission campaign, something you can bring into your campaign of Imperial Assault. So that's very cool. So we're going to put those guys off to the side for a second, and then I'm going to quickly rip through the pack of cards that came with it. So the cards you get with it are big and small. So you get a card here that says Capture the Wary, Jump Jets, Mandalorian Tactics, Weakened, Predator and Prey, and by any means necessary, no disintegrations, Bubba Fett, his actual elite card, explosive armaments, and then, of course, data run and targeting computers for A and B. Awesome. So those are some cards to add into your collection. So I'm going to move those off to the side for now. We'll move to the next one in order of release. So after Bubba Fett was released, then wonderfully C-3PO and R2-D2, our favorite companions in the Star Wars trilogy, were released. So this is going to be really exciting to get them in miniature form. So again, I'm doing this off the screen, so you guys don't have to witness my awesome cutting skills. And let's see if I can tear this open relatively fast. These things are built like Fort Knox to get into. Okay, so we got the card pack here. We've got the back right here of the miniatures, as well as the new missions that come along with it. We're going to go through each of these one by one. Here are the miniatures. This is what everyone usually is most excited for when you're buying for a miniature game. So this is so cool. So exactly the type of quality you'd expect. That is a perfect representation of C-3PO and R2-D2. We'll just do a quick turnaround so you can see from different angles. But the detail on them is absolutely perfect. They're exactly what you'd expect from those miniatures, so that's great. And then, of course, we've got ourselves a new Skirmish map for this particular campaign. This one's called the Wasteland Outpost, and it's quite sizable, actually. Comes with a large majority of legend and tokens as well. Again, a breakdown of the actual full-on a component breakdown, as well as the skirmish map on this side. And then, of course, this integrates into your campaign. Open to interpretation. Has a very interesting map layout. Hopefully you guys can see that from there. Storage room, operations room, viewing room. And then again, it shows you how to deploy it, set it up, end of mission, mission briefing, all that good stuff. So that's very cool. I'm going to take those guys, put them off to the side for a second. I'm going to keep an area here where I can keep all of my destroyed boxes. And of course, the actual cards themselves. So let's do a quick dig through here. Hard to hit is one of the cards, single purpose, devotion, terminal network, etiquette, and protocol. Weakened, R2-D2 his card as well. Oh, it looks like there's two of them. Interesting. I wonder if there's any difference. Seems odd. C-3PO, open to interpretation, and then the two major cards here, volatile materials and ancient knowledge. Very cool. So I'm going to be really happy to add those in and not be using tokens for those guys, as well as the extra components they come with. Next up in the list is Cayenne Samos. I sure hope, or Cayenne Samos, I sure hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's this guy right here, a Stormtrooper who's I'm not too familiar with, actually, so I'm kind of embarrassed a little bit. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comments below as to where he comes into play, but I probably should know that. For some reason I'm drawing a blank right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear this thing open really quick so that you guys can see the inside of this one. Here's all the package of stuff. Put this off to the side. We'll get the miniature out. And what do we have here? Very cool. I like this. Okay, so another really cool Stormtrooper miniature. Got a lot of nice detail there. Hope you guys can actually pick that up. He's very, very cool. So do a quick little spin here around so you can see from all angles. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. So it's going to be nice to add him to the collection, as well as the back of the card. We've got ourselves the typical breakdown for this particular unit. He is a Trooper Commander and comes with the Skirmish map Tython Meditation Field. Meditation Field. That is a really big one. It looks like an outdoor map, so very cool. Force pillar there in the center. Again, your breakdown for your objectives and whatnot. On the back side, you have a brand new campaign mission, side mission here. So this one is called Strength of Command, and it's a little bit smaller in size, but narrow that way. And then again, all the mission briefing, end of missions for this one. Very cool. So I'm happy to add him to the collection as well. That is awesome. Okay, who's up next? The next one in order would be the Stormtroopers, of course. The box of Stormtroopers that just give you more of what we all love, those guys that just cannot aim for anything. Can't aim to save their lives. But hey, we love them anyway. They have really cool outfits anyway. They look awesome, regardless of how poorly they shoot. So this box, I believe, just expands how many Stormtroopers you have. Although I could be wrong, there may be some differences in terms of what these guys provide. I don't even know how many are in this one. So here's the back of the particular box, and here we go. There's actually quite a few things in this one because this is a larger pack. So I'm ripping this open off camera. I'm doing a horrific job. Probably going to injure myself any second here. Let's see if I can get these out. Okay, so we have stickers, of course. Stickers are very important when you're talking about units that are very similar. So Stormtroopers are definitely one of those, fit that category. There's 3 of them in this box. So we've got 3 Stormtrooper miniatures, and sorry for the taking a little bit of time there to get them out of the box. But here you go. Here is the look of them right there. So just exactly as you'd expect, some Stormtrooper miniatures, very, very cool looking. Different poses, obviously, than what was in the prior base game, I believe. So those are going to add some interesting guys to the battle. So we're going to go ahead and take all these, put them off to the side. We'll quickly look at the new Skirmish mat and campaign mat. So this one actually says Stormtroopers Training Ground. Now I actually have the Skirmish mat called Training Ground, so I'd be really interested to see whether this is the exact same or not, but it's called the same. And then over here we have Bunker Buster is the campaign edition. Very cool. Again, you got your stickers for these guys, which makes sense, and of course some new cards. So let's take a quick look and see what the cards look like. They look like this. We've got reinforcements. We've got set for stun, stealth tactics, 101st training, Stormtrooper regular, Stormtrooper elite, Vader's finest, Bunker Buster, to the last man, set for stun, and then of course reprogrammed deception game for our final pieces there, and those guys are for the skirmish maps. So that is that pack. All right, moving right along. We're going along here at a pretty decent clip. Hopefully I'm not rushing things too quickly, but I do want to make sure we get all of them in. We have 3 more to go. Next one up is the Wookie Warriors. So that's another large pack, Wookie Warriors. They look like that. So we're going to go ahead and cut into these guys. I'm surprised, to be honest, that so far through this unboxing I have not managed to injure myself, because these shell packages are absolutely devastating to try to open, and they sound scary, as you guys can hear. I feel like I'm going to cut myself. On the most recent Fireteam Zero unboxing that I did in the past, it's not really recent, but in the past, I actually ended up cutting myself in that one. That was kind of fun. And I was bleeding throughout the unboxing to make it even more authentic for you guys. So stickers here for this one, of course, again, because you're buying a pack of miniatures. This one only has 2, though, but they're larger scale because they are Wookiees, and that just makes sense. So they're a little bit bigger than your typical Stormtrooper in terms of size. They're actually quite a bit larger. And there's 2 of them, so there you go, your Wookie Warriors. I've heard, oh no, not these guys, never mind. But it looks like this guy's got a blade on the back side of his hand. That's very cool. So I like these guys. That'll be an interesting add to the collection. And then we'll go ahead real quick here, take a look at the new maps coming with these. Looks like we have one called Development Facility is the map for this one on the skirmish side of things. Again, your component breakdown right here. And they're called Wookie Warriors. Brute Force is the side mission that's going to go into the campaign. Very, very cool. You got your deployment and setup, event summary, as well as mission briefing and a mission. All right. So we're going to put all these aside now, except for the cards, because we didn't talk about those. I was almost about to glaze over that. So let's not do that. Don't want to miss anything in these unboxings, because they're all very cool. Partial Blow is one of the major cards here for Brawler. Creature of Wookiee, Wild Fury, improvised weapons, yep, picking up some random stuff. Wookie Warrior regular card, Elite version, Fury of Kashyyyk, and Brute Force, as well as 2 skirmish cards to accompany the skirmish objectives or missions. Very cool. I'm really excited actually with the amount of options that these things present. Like, it's incredible how much actual content that you actually get when you start picking all this stuff up. It really beefs the game up to another level. At this point now I've got quite a bit of stuff. It just continues to grow. So the next one here, I think, no, it's actually not the Alliance Smuggler yet. It's the Hired Guns, another big box pack. There's this one and one more to go after this, and then we're done up to the next expansion, next big box expansion. So this will round out the Twin Shadows miniatures that came with that particular one. So let's rip this down the side really quick. And alright, got that out. I do apologize for the initial ripping because it's not as fun because you're not seeing that on camera, but it's really not that exciting. Okay, here we go. 2 miniatures. So much plastic. Okay, so 2 more cool. Oh, these guys are really cool. I like them actually quite a bit. They got the Guido look to them. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's awesome. I actually like these guys quite a bit. Just their sculpt alone is really interesting. I throw them around on the back so you can see the back side of them. Very cool. So I'm happy to add those into the collection. And then we've got the skirmish and campaign kind of breakdown here for what you're going to get inside. So they're called Hired Guns. There's your component breakdown. The item is new. Sewers of Nar Shaddaa, exactly where I'd expect them to be. Very colorful, vibrant place. It looks like there's a trash compactor in the middle there. And then on the opposite side, holy, that's a big one. This is the campaign-based mission, and it's called Backroom Bargains. That's pretty much exactly what you expect on Nar Shaddaa, so that's pretty cool. Now we're going to go through the cards to see what comes in these particular packs. We've got Slippery Target. Let's see if I can get the focus to come back. Here we go. Slippery Target. A couple of those. Smuggled Supplies of No Importance. Mercenary Ties. Hired Gun Elite. Last Resort. Backroom Bargains. Final Blast. Trade Routes Disrupted. And then, of course, the 2 skirmish cards. Unknown Treasures and Something in the Air. Cool. Alright guys, we're down to the very last one for this particular unboxing, so this is pretty cool. Let me see if I can put these guys off to the side. These are that's pretty awesome. So the last one to do is right here, Alliance Smugglers. This guy's pretty cool, looks like it's a single unit, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what's in this one. I imagine it's an Alliance Smuggler, that would make sense. Oh, I think I've actually pierced my skin for the first time this unboxing, which is impressive. I'm not bleeding though, so that's good. But I knew after trying to open these shell casings quickly that it would eventually happen. There's no blood though, so that's good. There's no need for medical assistance yet. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so here's the new individual. He's actually, I'm going to put him on his side so you can see more of the detail. He's pretty cool. He's got quite a bit going on in his costume there. He's holding on to, he's a smuggler, so think Han Solo. He's got quite a bit under his jacket in terms of extra ammunition, packs, grenades, whatever he's got on there. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got, of course, our regular sheet. So let's show you the two maps. So this one's called Alliance Smuggler, as I mentioned. Component breakdowns right there. Imperial Command Hub is the skirmish map for this particular one. Very cool. Shows you the attachments as well as the Alliance Smuggler. And then Precious Cargo, because every Alliance Smuggler has Precious Cargo. There is the side mission for the campaign, as well as the briefing and the mission and everything else. Awesome. Okay, and then lastly, there are some cards here that we'll go through. So, we've got ourselves Smuggled Supplies, Heart of Freedom, Self-Defense, Smuggler's Tricks, Alliance Smuggler, the Elite version, Smuggler's Run, Precious Cargo, Uplink for the Skirmish, and Delivery System for the Skirmish. Very cool. Okay, this is awesome. We've got some really interesting things here. The miniatures are also really fantastic. Huge fan of that. So what I'm going to talk about now real quick before we end the video is the fact that we'd be moving on to the next expansion. Oh, there actually is one more. My apologies. There's one more in this one. Let me not forget this one. Now, I've already opened it because I thought it was super cool. I did this one off camera, so give me a second. I'll grab it for you. Let's see, it's this one right here, and oh geez, let's see if I can try to find this in a relatively short amount of time. This might be tougher than I thought. Oh, no, I got it. This is good. Okay, perfect. So this one I unboxed, actually, I apologize for that. This one I unboxed already, but I can show you everything now regardless. So we've got, this is just the Bantha Rider thing here. I actually don't have a sheet, but here's the miniature. Absolutely incredible. Massive guy. Tons of detail. Looks extremely cool. Again, full-on Tusken Raider riding his Bantha, which looks just incredible. I can imagine this thing painted would just look awesome. Again, I'm looking for the sheet, so give me 2 seconds. I'm going to try to see if I can flag that down, and I have. Perfect. So let's take a quick look at that sheet so you guys can see what this one's all about. This is the very last ally and villain pack for this before we go into the next expansion. So this particular one, again, Bantha Rider. And let's see here, we go down to Coruscant Landfill. Now this is also one that I think I have in neoprene form in terms of a mat as well. So we'll have to double check that. It's a skirmish map, so I believe I do have this one. And then Into the Waste is the campaign, campaign side quest that we can add in as well. Very cool. Okay, so we'll put those to the side. Let's take a look at the cards. Now again, we are nearing the end of this unboxing, so the next set, or the next video that you're going to see is actually the unboxing for Return to Hoth, which is the first big box expansion for Imperial Assault. And then, of course, we're going to go through all the ally and villain packs for that one as well. So that's really exciting, so stay tuned for that and follow along. Crush right here in Opportunistic, Judlin Terror, Parting Blow. I think I've seen that one already before. Tusken Weaponary. There we go. Into the Waste, Relocated, Grievous Wound, Bantha Rider Elite, Beast Tamer. Interesting. And Layer of the Denoga, and One Man's Trash, Watto. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now we put those aside. And now that I'm actually noticing it, I do believe some of these are lining up with some of the mats that they've created. So I've picked certain ones and created them in mat form for tournaments and skirmish and stuff like that. So it's really cool. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this unboxing of the Ally and Villain packs for Star Wars Imperial Assault that tie together with the Twin Shadows expansion. So if you pick these particular products up, I'm going to try to see if I can get the focus to come back and... there. Oh, okay, no. I'm just put this right here. So I'm going to basically, if you pick up all these expansions you saw in this unboxing, then you will have everything to complete the Twin Shadows expansion in terms of getting all the miniatures and extra content that you possibly can to fill out that expansion. The next one you're going to see, as I mentioned, is the big box expansion, Return to Hoth. I'll unbox that. And then after that, we'll follow it up with a video for the Allies and Villain packs that go with that particular expansion. So again, this is all in an effort to show you what Imperial Assault can essentially offer you in terms of gameplay value, quality, all that good stuff. So hopefully this is something that's interesting you. If it is, give me a thumbs up if you like what you've seen. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do join us. The solo community is growing and getting bigger and bigger every day. Thank you all for your support. I will see you in the next one. Keep on rolling solo.